Welcome back to Max Time. This is actually my first Baltic. I've been a fan of their watches for a while, especially the original Aquascaphe Mark 1 and the Hermetique. The prisms never really clicked with me. When I saw the Mk2 announced, though, especially in this grey version, which happens to be my favourite colour, I instantly pre-ordered. The unboxing experience itself is really nice. As you can see, it comes in this cork box with a suede interior. It's simple, but it feels premium, very Baltic in their presentation. And here it is. I went with the metal bracelet option, although I'm unboxing that a bit later, mainly because I always appreciate having a fitted end link on my watch, at least having the option to. It just completes the look, and it's nice to have the option. First impression, it looks fantastic. The proportions, the finishing, the grey dial. This is definitely one of those watches that looks even better in person compared to the photos because of all those angles, especially the domed sapphire. Later in this video, we're going to try on a few different watch straps to see how it changes the character of the watch. And I've got a few lined up that I think will really suit it. The metal bracelet comes in this really nice magnetic pouch with the tools that you need and extra links included. So we are at the main desk now with much better lighting, and here is the watch. My first impression of the overall color is that it is a bit darker in person than it is on the product pictures, but this is not a bad thing. When the light hits it, especially daylight as opposed to inside lights, it does look more gray. Still, I'm very impressed with it. If I just zoom in just a little bit, you can see the indices are placed very well, right in the center where they should be. The bezel sounds like this. It aligns and it feels very responsive, and it aligns perfectly at 12. Like that. This is what it sounds like up close to the microphone. The crown feels very grippy. I'm not sure what they did to it because it doesn't look overly grippy, but it does really stick to your fingers in a good way. It snaps out quite convincingly. A bit of back play when you do wind back, but I think that's a typical Mk2 movement thingy. And it does screw back in without any extra convincing. This is a 39mm watch with a 47 lug to lug. That's the most important measurement in my opinion. And this is what it looks like on my 17cm wrist, which is about 6.7 inches. I've sized the bracelet to my wrist. However, I did not account for the fact that it's already on the furthest along micro adjustment. So I will probably be adding a link and then moving it up the clasp a little bit. The clasp doesn't have on the fly adjustment. This is fine. And overall impression of the bracelet is that it feels lighter than I would expect. This is not a bad thing, but it's just something to note that when I picked it up, I did feel like it felt a little bit light. The quality does feel good. The clasp feels just fine. There's nothing really incredible about it. They do give you a lot of options for micro adjustment, but I think it fits really nicely. Very, very wearable, and 39mm watches are very popular these days. Very versatile size. I don't remember the height, but I will put it on screen now. One other thing on the bracelet is that it does have quick release pins, which is very handy. So without any tools, I can simply pinch and it comes out just like that. Quick release pins on bracelets. I really appreciate that. So I had some straps that I wanted to try. I had a black rubber, a beige artem, I have a brown and black leather, and a grey suede. One more thing before that. So it did also come, as you saw in the unboxing, it does come with this leather case, which does magnetically shut, which is quite cool. It comes with Baltic tools. It has a flat head to unscrew the links for the metal bracelet, and it also comes with a pokey tool, whatever you call it. But this is the FKM rubber strap that it comes on. It is a very nice leather strap. The finishing is nice, the hardware feels good, and it does have quick release. Vulcanized rubber, 20mm. So we already saw in the unboxing what it looks like on my wrist in the grey strap, so I won't be putting that back on. but I also wanted to try the grey suede. Here we are, and this is what it looks like on the grey suede. I think it looks totally fine. I do think because the grey doesn't match perfectly, it's not going to be my favorite fit. Maybe just in this lighting it's a bit more obvious. So here it is on the brown leather. I think that looks really nice. Let's put that on. Here it is on the brown leather strap on the wrist. I will most likely be wearing it on the bracelet, at least to start with, but I thought for you guys you might find it interesting to see how it fits on different straps. So I don't plan on dressing this watch up, but it's always interesting to see how a diver fits on leather. But here it is on the black, on a very simple black leather strap. Next up, let's try this beige Artem strap. Usually I only wear this in the summer when I'm feeling like I'm ready to go on holiday. Here it is on the beige. I think it's quite an underrated strap color, and I definitely think the classic Artem straps are way better value than the loopless ones. So here it is on the beige. Totally fine. And last but not least of the straps that I selected for this video anyway, and lastly is this Omega style rubber strap. So here it is on the black FKM rubber strap. I think my favorite combination so far has been the black FKM, the brown leather, of course the default FKM grey strap. For now I'll be putting it back on the metal bracelet. So let me know what you think in the comments below. My first impression is that this is a really high quality feeling watch. I think I paid over £600 for the watch and the strap itself, and in addition to that I paid an £130 import fee as it's come over from France into the UK. So it's definitely not the cheapest micro brand that you can buy, especially with the import fee into the UK, but it does feel like a really high quality piece. From the applied indices to the premium feeling bezel action. It's a Mk2 high beat movement, of course. I think the finishing is very impressive. The crown feels nice. There's really not much to complain about. And of course drilled lugs, which isn't too big of a deal for me as most of my straps are quick release anyway. But that is nice to have. It also, one thing I didn't talk about yet is the sapphire crystal. The domed sapphire crystal. As you can see, it is quite tall and it does play in the light really nicely. Let's just have a look at that. Very nice. I think the textured dial is very well executed on this model. Lastly, let's do a quick lume test. So it does have this blue lume. As you can see, in a relatively well lit room, the lume is still visible. Actually, I believe those are whole lume blocks applied onto the dial. So I have complete faith that this is a good long-lasting lume. So let me know what you think of the watch in the comments. Thank you for watching.